Welcome back, Green Team. We're done with the conference championships. The Super Bowl is set. The Kansas City Chiefs are facing the Eagles in the Kelsey Bowl, in the Andy Reid Bowl, in the Ben Guessed This a couple weeks ago Bowl. I mean, give me some love, guys. Come on.
I mean, they were both the one seeds. I mean, you didn't go too much on a limb.
I
That's
knew
fine.
it though.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
I'm
give it to
one
you. I didn't
Jags
think
win
the
away.
Eagles would get there.
I had the
Thank you.
Chiefs in it. I had the Chiefs in it.
You did, and you have them
Yeah.
winning.
I do. Well, that was my prediction in the beginning. What do I have them winning in the next? I don't know. Do I
Oh,
still think that?
I don't know. We'll have to find out
We'll
next
see.
week. Okay,
True.
let's see. Eagles Niners. I was in on the Eagles. I'll let you guys go first on how the Niners just completely self-imploded.
Yeah, I'll take this one because my best bet last week was on the 49ers plus the 2.5. So didn't have much of a chance there after Brock Purdy went down with that elbow injury. I thought he was being a little bitch. I was like, dude, you're pulling a Paul Crew and you're shaving points here. Get back in the game. I need you. Turns out he has a torn UCL, out 6 months. Might need Tommy John surgery. So, yeah, wasn't shaving the points like I thought. I was like, man, I've seen this before. What movie is that? Oh, Longest Yard. Okay.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
fantastic. But yeah, just disappointing for the Niners. I think obviously battled QB injuries all year long. Had Josh Johnson going, which was their fourth stringer on the year until he got concussed, and then Purdy had to come back in. They even ran McCaffrey at quarterback for a play, which I want to open that up to you guys. I thought putting Debo, Samuel, or McCaffrey back at quarterback was going to be. It couldn't have been worse than having Brock Purdy back there without a right arm.
Right.
So I was shocked they didn't go that route. At least keep the defense guessing a little bit. But yeah, just upset to see the Niners and my best bet fizzle out because they literally didn't have a quarterback at the end of the game in the fourth quarter whatsoever. Couldn't throw the ball. So congrats to the Eagles. Still don't know if I'm impressed. We'll get into that next week. A little bit of a cupcake road to the Super Bowl. So we'll see. But yeah, sad for the Niners. I think they'll be back in the following years though. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I was on the Niners as well. I totally agree with you in terms of the McCaffrey Debo. Just having them as a wildcat in the back and having the chance to throw, you could tell Brock Purdy literally couldn't throw and he can't run like as good as obviously Debo and CMC. So there's literally nothing to lose. Josh Johnson, that's the guy's name that got hurt as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they had him, this game actually would have been a game. I'm not gonna lie. They were driving when he got hurt the first time. I don't know. Eagles got only 269 yards. So let's not act like they ran roughshod. It wasn't on paper. It looked like the score a blowout. But I think the Niners with Purdy would be if that would have been a way different game. I still think the Niners are the better team personally. I'm not taking any credit away from the Eagles. They're a good team too, but I don't know. I think the Niners are still the better team. I think the defense just lost all their fire to play the game when they realized they couldn't throw the ball anymore. So, they only averaged 3.5 yards a carry, so not they went crazy anyways. But yeah, it sucked as a game because everything that happened in the game. But Eagles in the Super Bowl. We'll see what I'm on. I am also with Ethan. I'm not too impressed, but maybe I'll be on him in the Super Bowl.
This game, everything that could go wrong for the Niners did. They're down to their third string quarterback. He gets injured, so now you're on to a journeyman.
And third string and fourth string.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy's technically the third string. I mean, they are they're a very unlucky organization recently. So
yeah,
with
and
the injuries that they have.
Bosa got rolled up on during a
On
punt return.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just everything that could go wrong did go wrong. This game should have been very close. Ethan, I think that your bet probably should have hit if everybody's healthy. If you're looking at how much they dominated in a game that should have been close, they had double the 49ers first downs. They were 100% conversion rate on fourth, whereas the Niners were 0%. Less turnovers, and the Niners had 11 penalties, which is the most of the conference weekend. So I think that it might have been rigged against the Niners too.
NFL rigged.
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
it must have been.
Watching that.
It was
me
the
watching
script.
that game and being on the Niners. Being on the Niners and watching that game, I'm like, I'm cursed. It's just anything that could go wrong for that in that game. If you're on the Niners and if you're on the Eagles, you're the luckiest guy on the planet. So
yeah,
if you were on the Eagles there.
I have to say too, when Josh Johnson dropped the shotgun
my
snap, which
I
happens
know.
countless
Oh,
times
yeah.
throughout an NFL season, and he had like 3 or 4 seconds to get on top of it, and somehow doesn't. I literally went
Yeah.
outside and I started shoveling snow. And I mean, the odds of me leaving the NFC Championship game this week to go shovel snow was probably like plus 15,000. I did it. I did it. I was like, "You're kidding me! I can't even watch this." So yeah, it
It's
was
so
bad.
tough, man. Yeah.
That it was almost reminiscent of Cam Newton not diving on the fumble in the
Yes.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl, but he tried and he just couldn't get it.
Dude, I'm like, oh,
It's like he
you
just
see
didn't
that?
want to, because like if he doesn't do that, that game, like what? I'm pretty sure they were down 7 going into halftime. They get ball.
Something like that,
It's
yeah.
way
Yeah.
different. And then they were down 14 instead. I'm like, yeah, this shit's over. And
Yeah.
that I'm not trying to I'm not trying to harp on the Eagles, but Devontae Smith, that wasn't a catch. I knew it wasn't right away
Yeah.
because Devontae Smith didn't know it. And then
Mhm.
next drive, Purdy gets hurt. Maybe the plays are different. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get my bet to hit, but it already lost.
It's
So
the script, man. We went
Yeah.
against the script, and
yeah, Brock saw the script and just started crying. Like, damn, this is how it ends.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn you, NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the only fair game of the weekend, the Chiefs versus Bengals. Zach, did you want to start with this one?
Yeah, we can have the Chiefs guy go last. I have a lot to say, actually. People that are talking about the refs blowing this game is utterly ridiculous. So, whatever. I mean, the main thing is the third down play where they had
Yeah.
to restart. You clearly saw the ref come over before the play started, waved it off, right? Okay, redo the play. Sack. Easy holding on Eli Apple. Wasn't even debatable.
Yeah.
Holding. Not even close. Okay. And then they punted anyways. They punted the ball anyways. Like, who gives a shit? And then the next drive or whatever drive, when Joe Burrow threw it to P. Ryan and was intentional grounding. I think it was intentional grounding personally. Didn't matter. They got the first down anyways. So it didn't matter again. And then Chris Jones blows it up. They get the ball to Patrick Mahomes. Great return by Sky Moore. Incredible. Was that the drive right after? I think it was. Yeah, it
I think
was.
so.
Yeah. And then he gets it. And that was an easy personal foul on Mahomes. He was 2 feet out of bounds, called 100 out of 100 times. I don't care the circumstances it was in. That's an easy call every time. Mahomes obviously flopped a little because he's not an idiot. He's obviously trying to get a call. The Bengals player knew it right away. They all knew it right away. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad. I think it's Joseph Asai is his name.
Yep.
He played a great game, and he was just in tears after. It sucked to see, but he knew it. Everyone knew it was a flag. So everyone's saying the Chiefs got lucky. I really don't think so because they lost Tony, Juju, and McCole Hardman. And still won the fucking game. So just to say that they got lucky is utterly ridiculous. Mahomes is better than Burrow. Sorry, everybody. I don't know why everyone took so long to realize that Mahomes is the best player in the league. I've been on a bum ankle. Like, dude's absolutely incredible. I hope the Chiefs get healthy for the Super Bowl because they lost their DB as well. And they need – I mean, he's throwing a guy's named Kemp, and I don't even know who the 17 receivers on that team are, and they still win. So Chiefs are the better team. So saying that it was rigged is rigged or the refs ruined it is utterly ridiculous. So,
yeah, I'll touch on that too. I think if anyone's lucky, it's the Bengals to even keep getting back in this situation. I mean, their team overcame a lot, but like they are not as good as what a lot of people seem to think. I mean, that O-line it showed.
Chris Jones ruined the game, and as I thought he should have. He's played incredible.
They finally got blown up. I really do think I kind of mentioned it last week, but I think they got lucky. It was slick conditions against Buffalo, and their D-line didn't have as great of a pass rush in those slippery conditions. Because that O-line is not – I mean, I know they're extremely banged up, but healthy or banged up, they're not that good. So, yeah, I completely agree. I feel really bad for Joseph Asai.
Yeah.
Obviously, it does – that wasn't the play that defines the game ultimately. I mean, it came down to helping the Chiefs a lot, but Joe Burrow had 2 picks in that game. You don't hear anyone talking about that.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of plays that decide outcomes of a game, not just the final one. So I hope he can keep his head up. I mean, it's tough. He's only 22 years old, so tough penalty. It was good to see most players had his back, other than that one
guy.
Yeah.
He's a free agent anyway, so he probably won't be on the team just for that stunt alone. But I was jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl when the Chiefs won. Honestly, I was so pumped.
I had a good amount of money on him in that game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Probably one of the biggest bets I ever placed in my life was on the Chiefs in that game.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. It literally saved me from having like one of the worst days that I've had gambling. So yeah, it was just going crazy. And then obviously, as you guys know, I've been fading the Bengals for like 8 straight weeks, and it was just bye.
So you're one. So you're what?
Yeah.
You're probably like 1-10 in a year, but you
I
got the
actually
last
counted
laugh.
up. I think I went on the year 5-6, so actually not terrible.
Okay, it could be
I had
worse.
Pittsburgh money line week 1, which looking back at it, pretty sharp play, but
Oh,
that
no,
was a
all the way
long
to
time
week
ago.
1, huh?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Ethan
they
was
were
in the
not as
middle
good.
of that group with Cancun on 3 with the
Yeah,
Bengals.
Yeah, no
you can-
kidding. Oh, I was so pumped. Another snow shoveling story. I went out. I was so pumped. I went and brushed my car off of all the snow. Just amped up.
That's what you do when you're pumped. You go and rush the snow off your car.
Well, I was gonna DoorDash the next morning. I was like, I would so much rather do this when I'm hyped up than in the morning at 6:30 when it's
Oh, I was
freezing and I'm
gassed up.
tired.
I
Oh
was
man.
like, I'm not trying to spoil what I'm betting on, but I'm like I'm throwing hundreds of dollars on the Super Bowl that I know who's gonna win. I'm fired up for that game.
I'm
Glad
glad.
to hear your side.
Yeah,
I-
man, I want to
if
hear
we
how
were that fired up.
the thoughts. Yeah, the thoughts that you had going through that game.
If you guys saw my Twitter, I hope you guys got some good laughs out of that.
Going in.
I want to hit something both of you guys said. So Ethan, you're talking about like the game script, like they wanted the Chiefs to win. It's like Cincinnati. That was true. You guys were not beating DeMar Hamlin and the Bills last week. You're not even getting here.
Right.
Just
Yep.
I
Very
mean,
true.
definitely. And then Zach, your point about the third down that didn't count, and then the holding penalty.
Ridiculous.
He's clearly running on the field. If the Chiefs get a first down on that play, they have to play it over.
They
again.
have to play dead.
And then it's the Chiefs fans. Who are like, oh, it's not fair.
Yeah.
No, it's clear. So here's some of the
Because
reasons.
not only that receiver that was right next to the ref, he probably
Yeah.
stopped running his route. Like they all, like the ones that saw him on the field, obviously stopped playing.
Yeah.
So to say that was like, you couldn't hear in there. That
No.
place is insane. The electric,
Burrowhead
like,
was popping.
I hate that. I'm happy they lost because they were talking so much shit.
I know. And like
I mean,
we,
Travis Kelce's a legend for the end of the game. He is an absolute
know.
legend. You fucking jabroni.
it's the trash talk. It hit a level that it is attacking the city, and there's attacking the stadium, and it's like, okay, at that point, like y'all are done.
Yeah.
So I got a list here of the reasons why the Chiefs won and the reasons why the Bengals lost. So reasons why the Chiefs won: they had more passing yards, more total yards, more yards per play. They converted more third downs. They had more sacks. They had less turnovers. But they did have their top cornerback Snead out almost the entire game. Their linebacker Willie Gay got knocked out for a bit. They had 3 receivers out, 3 of their top 4, and an injured quarterback on one leg. That's
Still won.
and they still won. But
And
I do-
MVS looked like a boss, which is
MVS
the
was-
first time all
Rodgers,
season,
he was pissed. Rodgers like, where the hell was that with me?
Rodgers was punching the drywall, man.
And he was
Oh, yeah.
pissed.
But I do have a reason that I do think is valid that why the Bengals lost. Why the refs cheated? Shut up. Shut up.
I totally agree.
You got dominated on all 3 aspects. You guys got beat on offense. You guys got beat on defense. And if you think the refs weren't helping you guys, there were 4 sacks in the first 3 drives. And then, he made adjustments. The only adjustments you can make where he's not getting sacked anymore is you get fucking new dudes. You get new guys blocking on the offensive line. And so you guys were holding. I saw many, many, many holds that weren't called. So you guys, man, every close game, everyone's going to complain about the refs. And what game throughout the rest of the season didn't have people complain about the refs? This was like any other game. It wasn't called great, but get over it.
I just think the whole like social media of like they're all like ref experts is like
Yeah.
it's obviously you want the game to be called perfect, but it's just not. It's like a human
Right.
element of the game, and one call literally didn't change. I could tell you factually, it didn't change the game. The Chiefs didn't score the drive that the third down
No.
happened, and the intentional grounding that I think actually was. You got the first down anyways, and Chris Jones still sacks your ass. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm happy.
It's infuriating.
It's so infuriating. Like, it's an imperfect solution to blame the refs. That's obviously what everyone's going to go to because they're ref experts after the game. That's not why you lost. You didn't lose because of the refs. I think logical Bengals fans know that. They know that, like,
I do too.
we probably lost because Mahomes played good on one leg and we couldn't run the ball. Like, the longest run of the game was Joe Burrow's sneak for 15 yards.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you lost. You lost because you just didn't have enough yards to score. Sorry. I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, it's funny to me too that, I mean, Ben, you mentioned the smack talk. The Bengals thrive on smack talk. They get the other teams talking about them, and they get some adversity going against them, and they thrive on that. It makes no sense. Like, Eli Apple, dude, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot.
Yes.
Honestly, why the hell are you running your mouth like you just won the Super Bowl? And I mean, the Burrowhead thing, I'm like, you guys don't think this is going to fire the Chiefs up? Like, you literally
You could
thrive
tell they
on
were
that
all,
yourself.
like, after the game, that's the first thing that they said.
Yeah.
I know.
The first thing they said.
I'm like, this is how you guys do so well. Like, what? Oh my god. Yeah, I think I
You've
mentioned
been
that
there
last
before.
week too.
They didn't
but-
act like they were there before.
yeah.
They didn't act like they were there.
And
So-
lastly, if people want to start crying about the refs, Zach, you mentioned it. That Devontae Smith, that call could have changed the flow of that game. I mean, that was a big swing in that game there on that. Which part of that's on Shanahan, dude. You got to challenge that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Oh, wow.
but I'm on the Niners. I'm not blaming, like, that didn't change the entire game. Like,
Right.
there's so much more stuff that goes on in a game.
Yeah.
Like, maybe don't let up 3 sacks in the first drive of the game. That's
Right.
like maybe that, or maybe double team Chris Jones. Maybe don't have 2 holdings against him, or like Chris Jones was unbelievable in that game. He's the sole reason why I think he's the main reason why the Chiefs won that game specifically.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. 14 intentional grounding, 2 sacks, 2 holding calls that he forced. He was a monster.
and future Hall of Famer Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Dude, he was fantastic.
We needed him.
They
to be
needed
good.
every single yard of that, dude.
Yeah.
I was worried if it went to overtime that the Chiefs were not going to win just because they had no dudes left. Like,
I know.
Mahomes just didn't. Who the hell is Kemp? Ben. Who was
I do.
that?
He's our 6th receiver on the roster.
Yeah, I had no idea who that
He's
was.
our special
I know
teams. Marcus Kemp. He only plays special teams.
He's the only guy I did because I knew Sky Moore. Obviously, he's not great. I know, but everyone kept getting hurt. I'm like, dude, you guys, the Chiefs got so injured, you guys still couldn't win the game. Like, you guys didn't deserve to win. Like,
And we're
stop.
gonna blame it on the refs.
The Chiefs don't have a deep receiver core with their starters.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
their
not
backup.
great. It's
I
not
mean,
great. No, it's not. You're
Tyler
so
Boyd,
right.
the Bengals' third receiver, is an instant wide receiver 1 on.
Probably their
Yeah.
best receiver, not counting Kelsey, obviously. Probably their best,
Yeah.
most talented receiver on the team, if
Mhm.
Tyler Boyd. And you guys lost him, and you guys still have D. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So
Yeah.
relax. You
Yeah.
know what Mahomes will do with those 2 as well? Come on.
Oh man.
Oh, dude,
Hey,
that
come
would
on,
be
give me a break.
that would be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
He was 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes, but they only had 1 win at Arrowhead. You have to get more than 1 win to nickname somebody's stadium.
Joe Burrow's great. This game reminded me a lot of the Titans game last year for the Bengals when he kept getting sacked and they were dominating in every category and somehow they still won. That's what I thought was going to happen in this game. I don't understand how they almost won this game, but I'm happy they didn't. So Chiefs Kingdom, let's go. I was so happy. I was playing the song after with the.
Were you good?
Yeah. Yes.
I wore my red.
You
I got
did. Yeah, you did. I forgot. Way to go, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
But guys, drink Dubby. Join the Discord. We are still giving away our medals. Our last place I suck medals. I saw the I suck, and I thought the I was a 1. No, these are last place medals with a toilet. So don't be getting these for your champion. Or do it. I don't care. Give it to who you want. Give it to your grandma. But this is it for the Better Green podcast. I'm Ben Bentley with me is Ethan Bainbridge, Zach Stengel. This was a Better and Green short episode. We have Caitlin Gill from TikTok, Instagram joining us next week for the Super Bowl episode. And we will see you guys in that one. Take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? cash now. We always on spot and we cover old spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Zen, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better win green.